Well, I think, several weeks ago, maybe a week or so after the tragedy happened in Connecticut, I heard the president say that we need to change some of the laws, regulations relating to gun ownership. And he said in order to do it and make it a safer place for children, for Americans in general, ministers, rabbis, priests, parents, Americans who want to have a less violent society and hopefully who want to make it safer for their children, we need to all work together to pass needed legislation that would bring about maybe a less violent society and a safer place for our children. So I thought about that for several days and nights because we have 440 children here from pre-K through the 8th grade. And so it became rather personal and so forth. And so talking with my brother, we both felt very much inclined that we need to definitely do away with assault weapons and the large magazine clips. And that's what is the motivation behind what we're doing. We want to get as many people as possible to support that ban on assault weapons.
What's sort of been, and so I guess this Sunday you'll have petitions available for people to sign here?
Yes, and
have people already started signing them?
Not yet because we hadn't made any effort yet, but it's just going to the media today and tomorrow. And we hope that what it will do is encourage other schools, other churches, and many, many American people to realize this is not any way trying to take guns away from hunters or from people who, like to have a gun in their home for protection. It's not taking guns away from people who just like to collect guns, people that maybe find that a hobby. This is only relating to assault weapons with large magazine clips, where it is very clear that such weapons are intended to kill people at a very fast rate. And not only kill people, but just really tear their heads and bodies apart. It's grotesque, and it's what happened in Connecticut was really a great tragedy. But I hope that Americans, and what we're doing is a small effort, but a spark can maybe hopefully create a fire. And I hope from what my brother and I are doing, we'll encourage other churches, average Americans, to really support the efforts of the president and of the political parties, the politicians, to really work hard and make some changes that will be beneficial.
Father Breen, have you had any response from your parishioners, either pro or con on this?
No. What we've done last Thursday, we had a combined meeting on a short notice. The members of the parish council, together with the members of the school board, and it was around 24, 25 members that were there. We presented the resolution, and they were all in very strong agreement with it. And when the final vote was taken, it was something like 24 in favor, none opposed, but we did have 2 people who abstained from the voting.
And is that both your church and your brother's church?
No, that's just the people here at St. Everett's. My brother's in the process of meeting with those 2 groups, either this week or next week.
Taking a move like this, there's going to be people that oppose you.
Sure,
that are opposed to you.
right.
I've done a number of stories on this topic, and I've run across a lot of people who support these guns. They feel like, their argument always is, I like it, it's no different from a regular gun. You know, why can't I have a gun like this? What would you say to that? What do you wish they?
Well, I'd say that military personnel who have used these guns, and we do have in the bulletin this week an insert written by a former Marine who made it very clear that he used one of those when he was in the military services. It's intended to kill people almost immediately and to kill many people. And he said, even though I love guns and all the rest, he said that assault weapon has no place in our American society. It is intended to kill people. You don't use it to hunt. And so we have that article. That article was in the Tennessean a week ago.
He said that. Do you agree with that? Is that kind of...
Oh, definitely. Well, as a common person, and the great majority of people are in agreement that there's no place for assault weapons in our society. It's only used by those people that, unfortunately, over the past several years, the one in Connecticut, the great tragedy there, you had them elsewhere. And so there's no purpose for them at all except to kill people and to kill as many as possible.
That's really all the questions I have. Anything else I should have asked you that I didn't that relates to this? I think you
No, I just hope that this is, I'm supporting the American bishops. The American bishops have issued a statement saying that we definitely need to have greater regulation, and I think, if I remember correctly, they would agree with the ban on assault weapons. So I'm pretty well following the leadership of our Catholic Church, but I'm doing it because I really feel that if I don't do something, and we have 440 children here, we put in outstanding security, but everybody knows that somebody wanted to come in and do something horrible. You can't keep them out. They can blow out the windows like this unfortunate happening in Connecticut. Unlock the door, go in, and once again create a great tragedy.
So you're putting the petitions out Sunday. Are they going to stay out more weeks than that? Or?
We'll put them out this week, and we're going to ask the people if they would sign them, take a copy, and get other people to sign them. We're hoping that, like people, you, Fox News, maybe others, will see it as something that can really capture the attention of people elsewhere, and not only the churches here in Nashville, the temples, but throughout the nation, and to show that the politicians, they don't have to worry about the leadership of the NRA. They got our support, and they're going to certainly be able to stay in office, even if they perhaps support such a ban.
When do you hope to, all the collection of papers, when do you hope to present them to the leaders?
Well, we hope with maybe a week or 10 days. I have written a letter to the Vice President. He's the chairman of that committee to bring about changes, and shown him what we're doing here, and that I support him, and what we're doing here is at least our contribution to motivate, to educate the people, to make it a safer, a more safe environment, not just for children, but for all of us.
I assume you'll just mail them to them. Is that what?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a response back from the Vice President?
Sir?
Did you get a response back from the Vice President?
It went out today.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I show it to you. She's going to bring it to the post office this evening.
Oh, okay.
But I also have written a letter to the president of the Conference of Catholic Bishops, Cardinal Dolan of New York, and He is one of the 100 most influential people in the United States. And my brother and I wrote that letter together, asking him to use his influence and to certainly support an effort to bring about necessary changes in our gun laws.